What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of 10 in 10, the series that explains 10 items of a certain subject in 10 minutes or less. In this episode, we check out 10 of the most mysterious cases ever shown on the Unsolved Mysteries TV show. Stick around. Number 10. Jody Huisentruit. A well-liked morning anchorwoman in Mason City, Iowa, Jody failed to show up for work on the morning of June 27, 1995. When the show's producer called Jody, the conversation seemed like she had merely woken up late. After Jody didn't show up by airtime, the station sent a worker over to check on her. No one answered the door, so the police were then called. Investigators found several of Jody's personal belongings scattered around her car, but she had vanished. There have been few leads in the case, and she remains missing to this day. Number 9. Loria Bible and Ashley Freeman. On December 29, 1999, the two teenage girls were out celebrating Ashley Freeman's 16th birthday. That night, they decided to spend the night at the Freemans' Veneta, Oklahoma home. Sometime during the night, the house erupted into an inferno. Within the next 2 days, the bodies of Kathy and Danny Freeman, Ashley's parents, were discovered. However, they did not die from the fire, but from single shotgun blasts to the face. The only sign of the girls ever found was Loria Bible's purse, which contained her driver's license and nearly $200 in cash. The girls' whereabouts and exactly who killed the Freemans, both, remain a mystery. Number 8. Tammy Lynn Leppert. The winner of 280 beauty pageant crowns, Tammy was an unusually beautiful child growing up. After filming for a movie called Spring Break in 1982, Tammy came back with the overwhelming paranoia that someone was trying to kill her. After having an argument with her friend, she was dropped off about 5 miles from her home without any shoes or a purse. This was the last time that anyone would ever see Tammy again. Number 7. Oliver Munson. A well-liked teacher in Baltimore, Maryland, Oliver Munson purchased a car in January of 1983 from a man named Dennis Watson. He was later approached by police and was told that his new car was stolen. It turns out that Dennis Watson was caught by police for running a chop shop and selling stolen cars. Afraid of being charged with Grand Theft Auto himself, Munson reluctantly agreed to testify against Watson in court. 3 days before he was set to testify, Munson vanished on his way to work. He has never been found to this day. Number 6. The Sarah Jo Crew. On February 11, 1979, 5 local Hawaiian fishermen set sail on the 17-foot Boston whaler on a fishing trip. A storm swept into the area later that day, and the Sarah Jo went missing at sea. 10 years after that day, a ship was found on the island of Tongi. It was the Sarah Jo. Not far from the boat was the shallow grave, later identified as one of the missing men, of Scott Mormon. To this day, no other signs of the missing men have ever been discovered. Number 5. Dale Williams. A 42-year-old owner-operator of an auto body shop in Nucla, Colorado, Dale Williams was a normal, middle-aged entrepreneur. Until one night when a mysterious stranded motorist called Williams for help. Friends and family saw this as strange, being that he owned a body shop and wasn't a mechanic. Williams drove off into the night to help the stranger and was never seen again. Number 4. Justin Bergwinkle. Originally stationed at Fort Ord in Monterey, California, Justin Bergwinkle was an Army private who had his sights set on becoming an Army Ranger. After being transferred to Fort Lewis in Washington State, Justin began acting strangely. Some of his friends began to think that he was involved with a bad group, namely, an illegal arms smuggling group. After a visit with his girlfriend back in Monterey, Justin returned to Fort Lewis, but never reported for duty, and was listed as AWOL with the U.S. government. He has never been seen or heard from since. Number 3. Lenny Dirickson. On March 14, 1998, Oklahoma dairy farmer Leonard Dirickson was setting up for a long day of chores with his son, Jared. At 9 a.m., a mysterious visitor arrived in a white pickup. The man apparently wanted to look at one of Dirickson's stud horses, even though he had none for sale. Lenny told his son that he'd be back, jumped into the man's truck, and never returned. Number 2. Patricia Meehan. On April 20th, 1989, a woman, later identified as Patricia Meehan, was driving down a dark Montana road. She nearly hit one car head-on and struck another driven by Carol Heights. After the accident, Carol said that Meehan said nothing and just stared at her during the aftermath. Authorities believe that she may be suffering from amnesia. Meehan later walked away from the scene and vanished into the night. Over the years since her disappearance, she's been spotted nearly 100 times between Montana and Seattle. However, she had vanished before the police could arrive every time. She remains missing to this day. Number 1. Kurt Cobain. On April 8, 1994, the music world was stunned to hear that Nirvana lead man Kurt Cobain had passed away. The popular theory is that he had committed suicide by a shotgun blast to the head. However, some believe that Cobain was actually intentionally overdosed and executed. After an electrician found his body, local police arrived and investigated. Later toxicology reports indicated that Cobain had 1.52 milligrams per liter of the tranquilizer diazepam and heroin in his system. Medical experts say that high of a dose could kill a person 3 times over. So how would Cobain have had the control over his body to reach for the shotgun and pull the trigger? There were also questions raised about the contents of the suicide note and the fact that Cobain's credit card was used the day after he died. The case was closed by the Seattle Police Department, and a concrete explanation has never been found.
If you have any information, please call our toll-free number, 1-800-876-5353.
If you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat for the latest news about the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
What's that, dude? What the hell?